Hello, friends. Pete Little here from St. George's Church with good news for Tuesday, December 9th. Today's reading is, as the assigned gospel for today is Matthew 22, verses 34 to 46. And it's really a two-part gospel, and I am going to try and do justice to the first part of it. The second part, we'll just leave it out there as a puzzle for for self reflection. So let's just get to it. This is the gospel according to Matthew, 22nd, and verses 34 to 46. Matthew, the Gospel according to Matthew. The Greatest Commandment is the entitlement in my copy of the Bible. Hearing that Jesus had silenced the Sadducees, the Pharisees got together. One of them, an expert in the law, tested him with this question: Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law? Jesus replied, Love the Lord your God with all of your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments. Second part is, whose son is the Christ? While the Pharisees were gathered together, Jesus asked them, What do you think about the Christ? Whose son is he? The son of David, they replied. He said to them, How is it, then, that David, speaking by the Spirit, calls him Lord? For he says, The Lord said to my Lord, Sit at my right hand, until I put your enemies under your feet. If then David calls him Lord, how can he be his son? No one could say a word in reply, and from that day on, no one dared to ask him any more questions. This is the gospel according to Matthew. Thanks be to God. So as I said, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna speak to the first part, the greatest commandment. And here, the Pharisees and the Sadducees have been sort of hacking away at Jesus, trying to catch him up on something, and it's when I boil down all that I have considered in terms of religion, about spirituality and what is in my heart, I believe that love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. That is something I believe in, that rings true in my heart. And finite me has a struggle with the infinite, trying to understand. And there are days when it's clear to me that I'm not supposed to understand because it's just so complex for me. But I can fall back on, whenever I get into a discussion with people about what do I believe and what goes on between my ears and my heart, I find that response is the best way to speak to this struggle of trying to define the infinite using finite language. Maybe we are supposed to understand it more depth. We certainly, as people, try and figure out how things work, and that can make things better for us, and it can better understanding allows us to go even deeper, and it allows us to. Man created a crop out of some grass. It grew and developed into wheat. The wheat seemed to have met its limit, but man understood the wheat better and developed wheat that was shorter, and so it wouldn't be blown over as easily. And then it managed to take that wheat that it had developed and bring it to the point where it had many more kernels of wheat, or whatever you call them. And that was man using knowledge in God's amazing, amazing world. We've been given, I despair sometimes when I see the way man treats man. These wars that are going on right now, very confusing. What can I do? What can we do? Well, what we can do is we can love the Lord our God with all our heart, our mind, our soul, our strength, and love our neighbors as ourselves. I can't do anything. I mean, it gets very puzzling these days, and I find that the Serenity Prayer is a real help to me. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, to change the things we can, and give us the wisdom to know the difference. And when I apply that, give me the wisdom to know the difference, it's allowing. This guy's been living rent-free in my head way too many hours of days, and we can get on by being the best we can here. But it all goes to those two commandments. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. The second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. Well, it's Christmas, and it's our choice whether it's going to be a happy Christmas for us. Do what we can, be as generous as we can be, or grumpy, and let the world get us down. You don't have to. And if you'd like to come and be joyful, we're going to make some really joyful music at St. George's for the Christmas season. Please come and join us. We're going to have some fun, responsibly. I hope this all finds you well, and it's not been too confusing for you. We're all going in the same direction, and I think we're going to be getting there sooner or later. And I look forward to seeing you at church. God bless you all. Bye-bye.